Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. In this video, we are going to go through some selected questions from Chapter 3 and Chapter 4 of Business Mathematics MAT112 subject. My name is Farah Nunajah binti Masri and these are my teammates, which is Nohanim Adila binti Harman, Intan Nozaira binti Kamaru Azam, and Ahmad Taufik bin Shahirin. Here, there are two parts, which is Part A and Part B. Each part contains two questions. Its mean total question is 4. So, let's get started with Part A, question number 1. Miasara invests RM5,000 in an investment fund that pays 8% compounded semi-annually for 4 years. Find the compound amount and interest earned at the end of investment period. So, the question wants me to find the compound amount and interest earned. First, we need to know which element given from this question. P is principal, T is time, I is interest rate per period, N is total compounding period, M is compounding period per year, and K is interest rate. As we can see, P, T, I, N, M, and K are given from this question. So we need to find compound amount, which is S. Second, use S equal P times 1 plus I raised to the power N as a formula for this question and then replace the formula with what has been given. After replacing, we solve it and find the answer, which is S equal to 6,842 ringgit 85 cents. After find the S, replace it in I equal S minus P to find interest, which is I. So 6,842 ringgit 85 cents minus 5,000 equal 1,842 ringgit 85 cents as a final answer. So, in summary, after 4 years, her investment grew to RM 6,842 ringgit 85 cents and the total interest earned is RM 1,842 ringgit 85 cents.
Number 2, Part A. Farah plans to take a loan 50,000 Malaysian ringgit for her business for 4 years. She is considering two different banks. First, Alpha Bank offers 6.8% compounded quarterly. Second, Beta Bank offers 7.0% compounded semi-annually. First, we have to calculate the compound amount and interest earned from both banks. We have to do one by one. First, we look for Alpha Bank. S, we have to find it. P, we get 50,000. Term is 4. I, we have to calculate 0.068 per 4 equals 0.017. For M, we get 4. For N, we have to calculate 4 multiplied 4 equals 16. For K is 6.8% or 0.068. For find the compound amount, we have to use the equation S equal P 1 plus I in bracket power N. We put the information into the equation 50,000 1 plus 0.017 in bracket power 16 and the final answer is 65,479.48 Malaysian ringgit. For the interest earned, we use the equation I equal S minus P. So we get 65,479.48 minus 50,000 and the final answer is 50,479.78 Malaysian ringgit. Next, we move for Beta Bank. P 50,000, T is 4, I 0.07 per with 2 equals 0.035 and then M is 2. For N, 2 multiply 4 equal 8. For K, we get 7.0% or 0.07. For the compound amount, S equal P 1 plus I in bracket power N and we put the information into the equation 50,000 1 plus 0.035 in the bracket power N. So the final answer is 65,840.45 Malaysian ringgit. For the interest earned, I equal S minus P, we get 65,840.45 minus 50,000 and the final answer is 50,840.45 Malaysian ringgit. For the question number 2, based on your calculation, which bank should Farah choose? Justify the answer. And the answer is Alpha Bank because Alpha Bank has lower compound amount and lower interest rate than the Beta Bank.
Part B. Question 1 is, in Pekan Rabu, a shop lot costing 500,000 cash in purchase by making a 10% down payment. The balance is to be paid in equal monthly installment of RM 2,200 ringgit. The interest charge was 3.5% compound monthly. First question is calculate the number of equal payment required. The first thing is 500,000 subtract with 15,000. That means the down payment. So we will get 415,000. So A is 415,000, R is 2,200, I is 0.035 divided with 12. N is 12, column T. M is 12. K is 3.5%. That means 0.035. T is unknown. And the formula that we're gonna use is A equal to P multiple with 1 subtract in column 1 plus I column negative N and divided with I. So the first step is we substitute the values. That means RM 450,000 equal to 2,200 multiple with 1 subtract in column 1 plus 0.035 divided with 12 in column plus negative N and divided with 0.035 divided with 12. After that, we can isolate the term with N by performing algebraic steps by multiplying I and dividing by R. So we can get a 0.59659090909 equal to 1 subtract in column 1.00291666667 column negative M. So we can solve the exponential term and get a 1.00291666667 column negative 1 equal to 1 subtract 0.59659090909 and equal to 0.4034090909. After that, we use a logarithm to solve for negative n and get a negative n multiple log 1.00291666667 equal to log 0.4034090909, and we can solve it to get a final result that is 311.70077 to 3. So the number of the payment required is 312 payment, rounding up to the next full payment. So the next question is, after completing a payment for 6 months, the buyer fails to make the subsequent 3 monthly installment. How much is the buyer required to pay in the 4th month to settle all outstanding areas? The first thing is, we use the formula that is S4 equal to R column 1 plus C column N subtract 1 column divided with I. So we substitute the value that is S4 equal to 2200 multiple with 1 plus 0.035 divided with 12 powered with 4 and subtract with 1 and divided with 0.035 divided with 12. And we can solve it to get a S4 equal to RM 8838.57 cent. Mean the buyer must pay in the 10th month to settle the outstanding area from month 7, 8 and 9 including the accumulated interest.
Question 2. During her diploma studies for 5 semesters, Ida received a PTPTN loan of 17,500 ringgit. After graduation, she is required to start repayment, paying equal monthly installments for 10 years at an interest rate of 1% per annum compounded monthly. First, calculate the monthly payment that Ida must make to settle the loan in 10 years. Second, after making repayment for 8 years, Ida wishes to settle the remaining loan balance in full. Calculate the amount she must pay to fully settle the loan. For the first question, we have to find R. To do that, we have to identify A, the present value of annuity or the loan amount, I, interest rate per interest period, and lastly, N, total amount of payment. A is 17,500 ringgit, I is 0.01 divided by 12, and N is 12 times 10, which is 120. After we identify everything we needed for the formula, we'll put the amount into the formula and solve the problem. And lastly, we will get DR, the periodic payment, which is 153 ringgit and 31 cent. For the second question, we have to calculate the amount Ida must pay to fully settle the loan after making a payment for 8 years, which is mean we have to find a new A, the present value of annuity. We are still going to do the same formula, A equal R bracket 1 minus bracket 1 plus I negative square root n per divided by I. For this question, we will use the formula of A equal R bracket 1 minus bracket 1 plus I negative square root n per I. Just like the previous question, we have to identify everything we need to put into the formula. After that, we will solve the problem and get the final answer. The final answer is 3,641 ringgit 39 cent.